commercial scene, and a famous baseball player is eating his instant noodles. The scene shows hot steam coming out from his mouth and the sound of him slurping the soup. The scene always tortures me. You all probably know how famous instant noodles are, but when you type in ramen in the search engine, doesn't it always come out as do you mean ramen? Ramen has become the synonymous name for instant noodles, and I believe that we should have separate names because they are totally different. Therefore, I'll be talking about the history of ramen, why it's so popular, and improvements to make it better. Where and when did ramen begin, you ask? In the late 1950s, Momofuku Ando invented the first instant noodles in Japan. Once the instant noodles spread across the world, it wasn't until 1960s when South Korea was first introduced to instant noodles. From then on, South Korea spiced up and reformulated the ingredients to make it more popular to the public and became the #1 spicy ramen. What a big hit it was! According to the World Instant Noodles Association, as of 2014, Republic of Korea falls under the top 10 global demand for instant noodles. This shows how much Korea has undergone from being a country with little power to producing mass amounts of instant noodles that are enjoyed worldwide. Guess what? Our Korean instant noodles even have its own name, ramen. One of our most popular ramen is Shinramen, and it is the first spicy instant noodle. It caught a lot of attention because it was different from the other noodles. When you eat it, a foreigner would automatically think, this is Korean food. Also, ramen can be a comfort and nostalgic food for many people. For me, it was my first meal I had ever made by myself. It was my go-to food for me when I was stressed, and it tasted and reminded me of home when I traveled out of the country. Some people might say that ramen is unhealthy, full of MSG and sodium. However, there are many ways to make ramen or any type of instant noodles healthier right in your home. According to an article from Listrong, you can decrease the sodium content by throwing away or using less of the seasoned packet and using more herbs and spices. You can also increase vitamins and minerals by adding vegetables such as bok choy and spinach. Lastly, you can add protein by adding shrimp, chicken, and tuna. I found these tips very helpful because you can make a lot and still keep the flavor of ramen just by adding natural ingredients. Now, if these tips are too inconvenient and too much work for you, you could try eating half of the noodles and don't drink all the soup. Also, avoid eating it at late night and try eating it earlier in the day to burn off all the calories. I believe that the food itself is not the problem. More of our choices and when and how much we're going to eat it. On Serious Eats, Shinramen is the #1 response when I ask people to name their favorite ramen brand over Twitter. Ramen is so famous that people all over the world enjoy it. Just as music, fashion, and beliefs can unite people from different cultures, food can unite people as well. Also, the history of ramen and its success shows future hopes of Korea's growth. I hope as to work as just hard as to achieve and make Korea more renowned to the world. I hope my speech didn't leave you hungry. Thank you for listening.
The speech was 강준형's one. Judges can make some questions to the speaker.
Thank you for that informative talk about ramen. How do you prepare your own ramen? How do you make it extra delicious?
I add eggs and cheese to it, and like you first get the noodles and then put it on top, and then the soup like gets like cheesy, so it becomes more tastier.
How do you use the egg in it?
You just crack it and then just put it in, and then you just wait for like 10 seconds.
Great, thank you very much.
Judges